very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back in the Jolly Friends Sports Club Society Premier League. Another day, another game at the Khalsa Cricket Ground. So it is an exciting contest today. It's the Crescent Warrior Club up against the Island Cricket Club, and the Island Cricket Club are going to have a whack first with the bat, and it's going to be Yug and Burzin to open the innings, and Aman Agarwal coming around the wicket to the left-hander. Will be interesting to see how much do they try and score in their 20 overs. And the umpire says play. There goes the first ball, and it's a perfect one straight away by Aman Agarwal, and a good start for him. Hope to see a close encounter today. We have seen quite a few in the Society's Premier League, but off late there have been quite a few one-sided games. This is an amazing matchup, isn't it? The two sides both wanting to get a victory, this time just past the outside edge. The ball keeping low once again. That has been the issue here at the Khalsa Cricket Ground in the last 3 or 4 days. The ball has kept low, and the players will be aware about that as well, because they must be watching the videos and the YouTube links that have been coming up and watching how the other teams are faring. Especially the captain must be licking his lips with the kind of the bowling attack he has. This time nudged and wanted to take the single, but sent back by the non-striker Burzin. So three consecutive dot deliveries up against Yug, and something has to give in this very first over. And this time he's done him. Well, that is exactly what has happened. He has felt the pressure after facing those three dot deliveries. An absolute chaffer after that one. It's gone right through bat and pad and clipped the leg stump off the ground. And it is not for one in this very first over. An excellent start for Aman Agarwal. So Ritik Chopra comes in now at number 3. Wouldn't have expected himself to come in so early. And it's a perfect start so far by Aman Agarwal. He's conceded nothing and taken the opening wicket as well of this game, and continuing to come around the wicket, and he's running at the left-handers at the moment. He is a big unit, Ritik Chopra, and he's kept that one out. A Riley Russo type of a batting stance. So a maiden wicket coming to an end at the end of the first over. It is not for one for the Ireland Cricket Club. So Vinod Giri continuing in the second over, and straight away a huge appeal for a leg before wicket. That appeared to be very close to the naked eye. And the umpire says just going down the leg side. It was very slow through the air, and Burzin was expecting a slightly quicker one. He was way early into the shot. Yet to get off the mark here. The Ireland Cricket Club struggling at the moment. This time nudged on the leg side, but once again straight to the fielder. And this time a loose delivery, and he smashed this one through the offside, and big cheers from the Ireland Cricket Club camp. That is a boundary to start the innings. Finally, in the ninth delivery of the innings, and it is Burzin who gets them off the mark, and himself as well. Playing that one perfectly through the gap. Well, a lot of room offered on that occasion by Vinod Giri. Not the best of the deliveries, and been given the treatment. So that will make them feel a little better at the moment in this game. This time nudged back to the bowler. Once again picked up, and it's gone just over the fielder, and that will race away to the boundary too. That's the second boundary of the over, and just what they needed, the Ireland Cricket Club. Burzin in on the act. Vinod Giri proving to be slightly expensive in this over. So one more delivery left in this over. What can Burzin conjure out of this one? And it's a much better delivery and a huge appeal for a caught behind. And the umpire not interested. Well, all of them had their appeals up, and Burzin survives. It appeared to be very close to the bat, but the umpire making the right call in the end. So at the end of the second, now it is 8 for 1 for the Ireland Cricket Club. So Aman Agarwal continuing in this third over. A maiden wicket for him to start with. And once again, he's up against the left-hander Ritik Chopra. Once again, right onto the body. And a dot delivery to start with. And this time it's gone right through. How has that managed to miss the stumps? The ball just skidded through and past the wicket keeper as well. That was rapid. And it's been given as four byes. Very unlucky for the wicket keeper. And some more welcome runs for the Ireland Cricket Club. Once again, going for the big swing towards the leg side. Couldn't quite get any kind of connection. And once again, the ball just manages to evade the stumps there. And another bye given by the umpire. So five extras in this over already. And for the first time, we will see Aman Agarwal up against the right-hander now. Burzin back on strike here. So a few field changes for the right-hander. It is the left-hand right-hand combination. And for the first time, we have seen exchange of strikes, and that is exactly what happens with the right-hand left-hand combination. A wide delivery. Well, he was coming around the wicket to the left-hand and now coming over the wicket to the right-hander, and suddenly a change of line for him. And superbly done in the end by the wicketkeeper, you got to say. He's done well to keep it down to just the single wide. That could have gone racing away to the boundary once again too. So Aman Agarwal has to reload at the moment. And it's a much better one and a good shot as well by Burzin, and nicely fielded there. Good piece of cricket action on that delivery. Aman Agarwal is really rapid, isn't he? This time a low full toss, and he's played this one superbly through the gap, and it will go away to the boundary. So another boundary for Burzin, and he's looking in good nick at the moment. 10 runs of this over already. Well, 5 of them have come off byes, and 1 of the wide, and now 4 of the bat. Once again, off the bat of Burzin, the only batter to get any runs off the bat in this innings. Can he do anything different? This time it struck the pad, but definitely finding a thickened side edge onto the pad. So another over comes to an end, and at the end of the third over, now it is 18 for 1. So Vinod Giri continuing, and once again a big swing by Ritik Chopra, and he misses out. And yet to get off the mark at the moment, he's faced those 6 dot deliveries. Won't be surprised if he goes for it once again through the leg side. Only the long on fielder on the leg side at the boundary line, and a couple inside the circle. It's a leading edge this time, chance of a catch. A bit of a fumble, and he's dropped it. Would you believe it? And he gets across for a single, and he gets off the mark. A lifeline for Ritik Chopra. Well, it wasn't a difficult one that should have been taken, especially after the fumble too. It just popped out and back in the air, and he was in very good position to hold on to it. And a chance gone, and it will stay at just one down, and this partnership will continue at the moment, which is looking really solid thanks to Burzin. And once again, the fielders have to move across to the offside because the right-hander has come back on strike. So Burzin has 2 fielders outside the inner ring on the leg side. That is a deep mid wicket and a long on, and everyone inside the circle on the offside. And he wanted to go on the offside, but missing out on that occasion. Once again, a much better delivery, that one. Pulling that similar line but changing the lens. It has been a very good start, this one, for the Crescent Warrior Club, and they would be wanting to continue in this fashion. Into this fourth over, still just 19 for 1. Once again, a swing and a miss, very close to the tram line on this occasion. Offered a lot of room to the batter, Binod. Burzin, in fact. And another dot delivery for Vinod Giri. It's a very good over. A tight one. There's just the 1 run of the over. He conceded 8 in his first. And now a good comeback. So now a change in the field. Now the deep mid wicket is inside the circle, who's become a mid wicket. And there is a deep front of square, more like a sweeper on the offside. And once again, very close to finding that outside edge, wanting to go over the fielder at mid wicket. Well, playing with the mind of the batter. So just the one run of the over at the end of the fourth. Now it is 19 for 1 for the Ireland Cricket Club. So a change in the bowling, and it's going to be Dhairya Shah who will continue in this fifth over. The left arm pacer, and it's the left armour to the left hand batter. An angle which Ritik Chopra might enjoy, but another dot delivery to start with for him. He's struggling out there at the moment. He scored just the one run of the 8 deliveries, and the one run was also of a dropped catch. So he needs to get the move on here. And once again, just past the outside edge, and it's gone into the hands of the wicket keeper. So he's really struggling out there at the moment, Ritik Chopra. He is a big unit. He can really do a lot of damage with the bat, but he needs to get going at the moment. He's picked this one up, and that's exactly what he wanted. That is exactly what he was intending right from the word go. Just picking that one up on the leg side and making full use of this power play. Just the two fielders inside the inner ring on the leg side. Nobody out there at the boundary line. And beautifully picked over the fielder at mid wicket. And a boundary for Ritik Chopra. Alas, 5 of 10 for him now. And that will make him feel a lot better. This time a swing and a miss. Well, the intention is clear. He wants to go towards the deep mid-wicket region. Continuing to go for the slog sweep. And this time a leading edge. And it's very fortunate for him. It's gone into no man's land and it's gone away for another boundary. Wanting to play it on the leg side, but it's gone on the offside and perfectly between the fielders out there at the boundary line. So 8 of the over, one more to come. A decent one this for the Ireland Cricket Club as they try to keep on building here in this innings. This time a swing and a miss, but that will be given as a wide by the umpire. So that's the second wide of the innings. swing and a miss. So that'll close out the over. 9 coming of that one at the end of the fifth. The Ireland Cricket Club 28 for 1. So just the one more over left now in this power play for the Ireland Cricket Smashers. And the score at 28 for 1. Well, they got off by giving away a maiden wicket in the very first, and they have recovered well, you got to say, adding 28 in the next 4 overs. And Vinod Giri continuing here, none for 9 for him in his 2 overs. Seems like the wicketkeeper will be up now, and he is going to bowl some leg spinners. Not quite so. He started off with a wide, very quick once again. This time played uppishly, and that didn't quite carry to the fielder. And Burzin survives on this occasion. And he gets a single in thanks to the missed field as well. So out comes Ritik Chopra on strike once again. He's faced 13 deliveries, only one short of the middle of the bat. He's got a couple of boundaries in the previous over, but at the moment he's playing the survival game, and he continues to play that survival game. This time nudged towards the fielder at short third. The man who dropped his catch earlier on stops that one. Once again playing that one on the offside. So just the 2 runs of the over so far, 2 more to come. They haven't been able to use the power play as effectively as they would have wanted to. Once again played straight to the fielder, and there was a chance of a run out, a bit of a mix up between the two. but they made it across quite comfortably in the end because the fielder couldn't quite collect it at the first go. So just the one more delivery left. So Vinod Giri, who gave away 8 in his first over, has given away just the 4 more in the next 1.5. Can he close it out in his third over? He's done superbly well with this comeback. He conceded those 2 boundaries to Burzin. This time a flick, and he's flicked that one perfectly away to the boundary. It's beaten the fielder at short third, and just what they needed to end the over. That will make it 7 of the over. At the end of the sixth, now it is 35 for 1 for the Island Cricket Smashers. So there they are continuing here, and we are outside the power play now. The fielding restrictions have been uplifted. So 5 fielders allowed outside the inner ring. And interestingly, they have kept 4 of them on the offside at the boundary line. There is a third man, a deep backward point, a sweeper, and a deep extra cover. Or rather, a deep cover, you would like to say, because there is an extra cover inside the circle along with the mid off. So a good start this for Theria in this over. This time it's hit hard on the offside. Well, it seems like he is going to bowl that line outside the off stump. And he gets a single finally, Ritik Chopra. Well, Ritik Chopra has now faced 20 deliveries and he has only middled 3 of those, a 4 and a couple of singles. Other than that, it's been very sorry looking innings for him. He's got a boundary of a thick outside edge, a leading edge. He was dropped once off a top edge where he ran the single, but he's starting to grow a little in confidence at the moment, and he needs to do something or the other to make this a better innings for himself and his side. The strike rate of 55 will not quite work in a T20 game. And back comes Burzin on strike, this time up against the left-hander. This time a swing and a miss, and has beaten the wicketkeeper and racing away to the boundary. So another time, another 4 byes. Once again, getting some runs thanks to some luck there. This time he's crunched this one, and that will go away to the boundary. He's found the gap to perfection there, and back-to-back boundaries here for the batting side. Once again releases all the pressure of the dot deliveries that have been bowled in this over. That will make it 9 of the over, one more to come, and there you're not impressed at all. And it's a much better delivery just over the off stump. That was very close to nicking the bail off. And Burzin survives. So 9 runs coming off that one at the end of the 7th. Now it is 44 for 1. So Vinod Giri continuing and starting off with a dot delivery and another one. And the struggles for Ritik Chopra continuing here. And this time picked up on the leg side. Chance of a catch. And he couldn't quite hold on to that one. Once again, Ritik Chopra is dropped there. Well, at the moment, it is turning out to be a blessing in disguise for the bowling side. But another chance gone, and Vinod Giri not impressed at all once again. Just a single on that occasion, too. bowler. So Burzin on 21 of just 19 holds the key at the moment. And Ritik Chopra continuing to struggle. Once again played back to the bowler. Defends it nicely. So just the one run of the over, and Vinod Giri is going to end an outstanding spell here. He's not taken any wickets, but he's kept things extremely tight so far. Just the 17 of his 3.5. Can he close it out without giving away a boundary? Well, it seems like there was an inside edge, and the ball will race away to the boundary. It's beaten the wicket keeper once again, and it's been signaled as a 4 off the bat. Well, he's conceded 21 in his 4 overs, but he's bowled exceptionally well. So another over comes to an just the 5 of it at the end of the 8th. Now the Island Cricket Smashers are 49 for 1. So Saurabh Mehta is going to continue now, bowling the 9th over, and Ritik Chopra, who has been struggling at the moment, 12 of 23. Well, he's done him. That has that dismal innings has come to an end finally, and you would say maybe even the Island Cricket Smashers would be happy with that one because he was really struggling out there. He took up a lot of deliveries for his 12 runs. And the second one goes down 49 for 2 now after 8.1 overs. Well, he stood out there, he tried his best, but now has to take the long walk back to the pavilion as the leg stump is uprooted of the very first delivery of Saurabh Mehta. Well, Devesh comes in and he starts off perfectly with a boundary. He's just picked that one up over the fielder. at point, and that's gone racing away to the boundary. So a perfect start to the innings for him. And that will bring the 50 up as well for the Island Cricket Smashers. 53 for 2 now after 8.2. Well, there are a couple of fielders right behind the wicket keeper, one on the offside and one on the leg side. And that is just because the ball has been flying away past the wicket keeper for quite a few occasions. This time very close to finding the outside edge, and once again another bye. The wicket keeper couldn't quite collect that one. So it brings the informed Burzin back on strike. Once again an excellent delivery, that one by Saurabh, and another dot delivery. So Burzin not quite able to move on at the moment after losing his partner. Devesh Tahilani coming in here, getting the 4 runs of his 2 deliveries, hitting a boundary of the very first delivery. And once again, an excellent delivery, that one by Saurabh Mehta, just past the outside edge. And the dot count just keeps on increasing, and there's nothing much that the batters can do with a pacey delivery like that one. So just the one more delivery left now in this over, and 5 have come off it, along with the wicket of Ritik Chopra. And that one will be a wide down the leg side, and that is exactly why the fielder is there, right behind the wicket keeper. A fine leg, extremely fine, because the ball is just going through the wicket keeper every single time. And that will be a couple of wides. They have saved at least 3 runs there for their side. And once again, it's gone past the wicket keeper, and another wide. So extras keep on coming here and spoiling the over here for Saurabh Mehta. That will make it 9 of the over, and we are yet to have that last delivery of the over, that legitimate delivery to close it out. It is 58 for 2 after 8.5, and it brings Burzin back on strike. And this time a shorter one, wanting to play it over the wicket keeper but misses out. So another dot delivery that will close out the ninth over with the score at 58 for 2. 58 for 2 after 9. And it seems like it's going to be Dhairya to continue. And a bit of a misfield once again. It will allow them to get across for the single. That's poor piece of fielding. And Dhairya not impressed at all. That should have been a dot delivery. No pressure at all there on the fielder. And a change in the field. Change in personnel rather than the position. And it brings Burzin back on strike, who has been stuck at the moment at 21. And this time a huge appeal for a leg before wicket, but the umpire not interested. This time picked up, and he's found the fielder at long on. Burzin. Finally, he moves on to 22. Just the two of the over, halfway through it. They have kept things tight at the moment, but they have conceded a lot of extras, haven't they? He's gone for a big swing, and once again it has beaten the wicket keeper, and that will go away for more buys. Well, at the moment, nothing is sticking onto his hand. None for 16 for Daria in his 2.4. Eyeing for his first wicket. It's picked up, played in the air, and played straight to the fielder at mid off. Long off, rather. Out at the boundary line. And this time, a big swing and a miss. So that closes out the 10th over with the score at 62 for 2 as we head into a short drink break. So a change of ends and 62 for 2 at the moment after the first 10 overs. So it is going to be Gautam Sani to continue, and he is going to continue with some off spinners coming from the com box end now, and it will be the straighter view for the viewers, and this time hitting the pad straight away, starting off with the dot delivery. Gautam Sani. Borzin struggling at the moment out there, 23 of 28 now for him, and he needs to get the move on desperately for his side because the run rate at the moment is just a little over 6, and they can't afford to keep on moving at this rate. The projected score of 122 will not do the job for them. This time a single taken. And this time it's a full toss, and he's picked that one up perfectly. Going down on one knee and smashing that one through the leg side over the fielder at square leg. And perfectly placed and timed and all the way. A maximum that they needed desperately. Well, would you believe it? That's the first one of the game as well. It's come in the 11th over here. And no surprises has come off the bat of Devesh, who is enjoying himself out there at the moment. This time played nicely on the offside. And a single taken. This time played nicely on the offside. So just the one more delivery left now in this over. 9 of it already. It's been an expensive one. And he's played nicely that one towards the fielder at deep point and a single to end it. So 10 runs coming off that one at the end of the 11th. Now it is 72 for 2 for the Ireland Cricket Smashers. trouble, trouble, and he's made his ground in time. Well, the Harrier had an opportunity to run him out there, but a couple of dots once again to start the over, and just what they needed after an over like that. The previous over getting a six, and this time just past the outside edge. Well, he's enjoying himself out there now, the Harrier. None for 17 for him in his 3.5 overs. He's got three more deliveries left in his spell, and just like Vinod Giri, he's keeping things tight. And this time a reverse sweep attempted, and it's gone straight to the fielder at short third. Well, that could have gone anywhere. Trying to be innovative on that occasion. So that is four consecutive dot deliveries now, and something definitely has to give in now. Well, he's nudged this one on the leg side. Another dot delivery. What an exceptional over this is by the Harrier. Pressure right on the batter at the moment, and Devish not quite able to get away. He's stuck at the unlucky 13 for himself. He's 13 of 13 now. Well, something has to give in on this delivery. They've already conceded one maiden wicket over right in the first over, and that will be another maiden over in this innings. That's the second one. Superbly bowled once again by the Harrier. Finishes the spell. 4 overs, none for 17 at the end of the 12th. 72 for 2. Well, Gautam Sani continuing to concede sixes. That's his second one, and the first one off the bat of Burzin, who's just picked that one up through the leg side. And once again, that releases all the pressure that was put in the previous over, the maiden over. This time just past the outside edge. So a good comeback this by Gautam Sahani after conceding that six in the very first delivery. The current run rate just a little above 6.24 at the moment. The batters having a chat. They haven't been able to rotate the strike at the moment, which is the key. The umpire not happy at all with the time that they're taking out there. Well, the over rate has been very slow. This time picked up, chance of a catch and taken comfortably. He was very confident there. He took his time there. His eyes were on the ball, and Gautam Sani gets his man. Burzin goes back to the pavilion. He was at the crease since the beginning of the innings and now departs for a well-made 31. 78 for 3 now after 12.4. Well, Jensen comes in and straight away hits that one away to the boundary. Another batter just starts off his innings with a boundary and growing in confidence here and trying to get some quick runs as we head into the last 7 overs after this one. Well, Gotham has conceded quite a few boundaries, although he's taken the wicket of Burzin. This time trying to nudge that one on the offside, but a dot delivery. So at the end of the 13th over, now it is 82 for 3. So Mayur continuing here in the 14th over, and he starts off with a dot delivery up against Devesh Tahilani. Well, they are getting a lot of dot deliveries and they are continuing to keep things tight, although those boundaries releasing some pressure for the Island Cricket Smashers. Once again crunched, and that will go away to the boundary. He's beaten the fielder inside the circle, and it is a shorter side. And on the shorter side, it is very difficult for the boundary riders to stop that one. Superbly played once again. time played straight to the field, a chance of a run out, and the wicket keeper couldn't quite collect that one properly, and they get across for a single. So 5 runs of the over, halfway through it, and an opportunity for the Island Cricket Smashers to make this a big one. He's gone for a big swing towards the offside, but he's right through him, beating the batter once again, Mayur. And once again, a big swing and a miss. The ball just keeping low on that occasion, not quite favoring the batters at the moment. And he's played uppishly, but straight to the field. A chance of a run out once again. Direct hit would have sent him back to the pavilion. And wanting to come back for the second as well, but good backing up in the end. So just the single. And at the end of the 14th now, it is 88 for 3. Eighty-eight for 3 then, and Saurabh Mehta is back into the attack. The rapid Saurabh Mehta, and he starts off ever so well once again, and nicely punched off the back foot by Yinsen, and he starts off with a dot delivery. This time charging down the track, but an awkward bounce, and the wicketkeeper had no chance to collect that one. And they will get across for a bye. It's been given one for the over, not a wide. This time he's dispatched that one to the boundary, Devesh. Just what they needed. again picked up and nicely fielded there at the boundary line. Just a single. Chance of an overthrow. Once again, a bit of a hesitation, but decides against it. So an excellent comeback by Saurabh Mehta after being hit for a boundary. So at the end of the 15th, now it is 94 for 3. Once again, superbly bowled there. So not quite able to get away at the moment, the Ireland cricket smashers. Once again in the air, chance of a catch and taken. And he has to take the long walk back now. Devesh Tahiliani, he was looking very good at the beginning of his innings, but he started to struggle in his back end. And now departs for a well-made 23. 94 for 4 now after 15.2. So Raj Gupta comes in at number 6 and starts off with the boundary. Once again, another batter just comes in and smashes a boundary of the very first delivery, but the struggles start after that. And they would be hoping something different for Raj Gupta. It has happened with Devesh, it has happened with Jinesh, and it has happened with Raj Gupta as well. That's been held superbly, and Mayur gets a second in his second over. And it is 98 for 5 now. A total collapse out here for the Ireland Cricket Smashers. The new man is Pratham Sutaria coming in here at number 7 with his side in huge trouble at the moment. It has really been a struggle in this innings for the Island Cricket Smashers. And that one should be a wide, and it is. Mayur wanting to pull the line outside the off stump, asking the batter to fetch, but too wide on that occasion, outside the tram line. It has been an amazing over by Mayur so far. He's got a couple of wickets and he finishes in that fashion with a dot delivery at the end of the 16th. It is 99 for 5. So a boundary of the very first delivery that will bring up the 100 for the Island Cricket Smashers. 103 for 5 now in the 17th over. Well, once again, it's past the wicket keeper. In fact, did not go away to the boundary. It was stopped there. Once again, the fielders who are extremely fine behind the wicket keeper doing the job there. This time played off the back foot and into the hands of the wicket keeper. This time punched back to the bowler. So an excellent delivery once again by Saurabh Mehta. So they are not allowing the opposition at the moment to run away at all. Just the 21 more deliveries left in this innings. And they need to try and get at least to that 140 mark, which will be something to bowl at for the bowlers. Otherwise, the Crescent Warriors club will be running away with this game. And this time, a thick outside edge. Would you believe it? Has dropped that one. There was a huge nick. And the wicketkeeper once again couldn't quite hold on. And another dot delivery for Saurabh Mehta. But that could have been curtains for Pratham Sutaria, who is yet to get off the mark of his first 5 deliveries. And once again, just past the outside edge. This time the wicketkeeper holds on to it. And once again, an outside edge. That will go away to the boundary for sure. There's no one stopping that one. And after 4 dot deliveries, a boundary helps them. At the end of the 17th, it is 104 for 5. Once again played in the air. Raghavan continuing here in the 18th over. It is the new bowler. Surprisingly, he's bowling his first in the 18th. Well, not sure why Mayur is taking off the attack. He had bowled that exceptional over, taking those 2 wickets in his previous over. And they are wanting to go with spin, and Pratham is back on strike now. And he's nudged this one on the leg side. And that's nicely played, but straight to the fielder. This time trying to pick that one through the offside. And it's gone into the hands of the wicket keeper. This time charging down the track. And has the wicketkeeper stumped him? Yes, he has. He's going to walk back to the pavilion. And they are 6 down now. The Island Cricket Smashers just not able to get along in this innings. 106 for 6 now after 17.4. Well, Shlok comes in here at number 8 and he starts off with the dot delivery once again. And it has been a real struggle here for the Island Cricket Smashers. They have not posted enough runs at the moment. How many more can they get in the last 13 deliveries? He's gone for the big one, Shlok. It's stood up. A chance of a catch and taken superbly well. His eyes were on the ball throughout. He took his time, got underneath it. And it is 7 down now for the Island Cricket Smashers. A couple of wickets for Raghavan in his very first. An excellent over, just the 2 runs as well. It is 106 for 7 now after 18. So Saurabh Mehta continuing in this penultimate over of the innings. And he starts off with a dot delivery once again. What an exceptional spell it has been by him as well as so far. 1 for 18 in his 3.1. And this time a shorter ball. Played straight to the fielder at point. So just the 10 more deliveries left from here on. How many more can the Island Cricket Smashers get? 10 more runs won't quite do the job for them. They need some boundaries, and they need Pratham Sutharia to face most of the deliveries. But at the moment, he's also struggling. 6 of 10 for him. Not quite even able to get the singles. And that's totally castled him. He was never in control of it. It's gone right through him. And another one bites the dust. 8 down. The Island Cricket Smashers. So Harsh comes in here at number 10. He starts off by bowling a shorter one there, Saurabh Mehta, in this 19th over. This time very close to the stumps, and once again the wicketkeeper not quite able to collect that one, and off they get across once again. So just the one more delivery left, and it is going to be Pratham Sutharia once again on strike. And that one will be a wide, and it's gone away to the boundary too. That's beaten the keeper and also the fielder, and 5 extra runs to the opposition. Just what they needed, the Island Cricket Smashers. Well, it has been that kind of a day for the Island Cricket Smashers. They have relied a lot on the extras, and they continue to do that. And this time, Pratham Sutharia with a nice little shot, and he will take the single, keep the strike, and at the end of the 19th, now it is 114 for 8, heading to the final over of the innings. So just the one more over left, and Raghavan continuing here. And can he replicate what he did in the 18th over? Pratham Sutharia has played that one on the offside. He will just get a single. Protection out there in the deep. It's the number 10 on strike. And he's done well. Chance of a run out if he hits. And he does. 9 down. There was never a single tear. But he had to get Pratham back on strike for the final 4 deliveries. So 115 for 9 now with just 4 more deliveries left. And this innings continues to head nowhere. And it seems like they are posting a very low total here. And really a big opportunity for the Crescent Warrior Club to get these runs down quickly too, if they want to, and try and enhance their net run rate. Well, it's going to be Shaksham Agarwal to come in here at number 11. And thankfully for the Island Cricket Smashers, he will be at the non-strikers end. It will be Pratham to take strike, who is on 8 of 12 at the moment. And Pratham has picked that one up, and the fielder couldn't quite judge that one. That's gone away to the boundary. He was in for a catch for a second, but he just let that one go. And a welcome boundary for the Island Cricket Smashers. Just the three more deliveries left now in this over. And the innings. That will spoil the spell for Raghavan as well. He's conceded 7 now. Once again, a big swing. An appeal here for a caught behind. Well, he's been given stump. And they are bowled out here. Well, Raghavan is not happy at all with the umpire. He thought that there was an outside edge. But instead, the stumping has been completed. And they are bowled out here. Pratham departing in the end. They are bowled out for 119. A very low total. And the target will be 120 for the Crescent Warrior Club when they come out to bat. And we will be back for the chase on the other side. Here we are back for the chase. The target 120. They need to go just at a runner ball, and they start off the innings with a wide stroke on that occasion, and getting off the mark of the very first delivery. Well, on the other hand, they took quite a while, the Island Cricket Smashers, to get off the mark. They got off the mark of the ninth delivery of the innings, and it is Gautam Sani and Raghavan opening the innings here. After having a bowl, they have come out to bat here. That's a very good delivery, a shorter one. And he wanted to take the single there, Gautam, but sent back by Raghavan. So will be interesting to see how do they approach. Do they try and play safe, or do they just go for the big shots and smash it around in this power play? Well, it should be an easy chase, should be light work to make these 120 runs. This time a big swing, wanting to go towards the leg side, and it's past the outside edge and into the hands of the wicket keeper. And this time a thick inside edge, and it's gone away towards the fielder at deep square leg. And the first run off the bat, it's come with the bat of Gautam, and brings Raghavan on strike for the first time in this innings. This time just nudged down the ground. This time played down the ground once again, just getting across in the end, and Raghavan also gets off the mark, off the bat. This time driven, it's into the gap, but there is protection out there in the deep, and will just be a single. So at the end of the first over, it is 4 without a wicket. So Saksham Agarwal will bowl the second over, and he starts off with a slower one and nicely defended off the front foot. This time it struck the pad, it's right in front. and it's been given. That's the early breakthrough that they were looking for, and just what they needed. And Gotham Sani will go back to the pavilion. It's 4 for 1 now in the second over. They need a few more here at the moment, though. So Sarthak Chauhan comes in at number 3. Well, his side is in pole position, but they can't afford to keep on losing wickets. They have lost an early one here. Once again, an excellent delivery, bowling that fourth stump line. This time, once again, nicely defended off the back foot, and they're right on the money here. And seems like Saksham Agarwal is matching the over that Mayank Agarwal bowled in the very first over. A maiden wicket. He's got one more left. Can he get that maiden wicket? But it looks very difficult to score a run at the moment. 3 consecutive dots for Sarthak Chauhan. And you would imagine something has to give in. And it's gone just past the outside edge. And the wicketkeeper couldn't quite collect it, but it will be a dot delivery, a maiden wicket to end the over at the end of the second. Now it is 4 for 1. Well, well, well. Shlok comes in now to bowl this third over. And at the end of the second, when the Ireland Cricket Smashers were batting, they were 8 for 1. Once again, a huge appeal for a leg before wicket. Maybe the height being the reason this time, given as the leg by the umpire. Not quite able to get the move on here at the moment. And the Ireland Cricket Smashers believe, they have a huge belief in themselves at the moment. Continuing to bowl the hard lengths and not giving away any singles at the moment. And this time he's cut that one. And that's played perfectly into the gap. And that is one way to get off the mark. Sarthak Chauhan right on the front foot on this delivery. Just nudging that one through the fielder at point and gully region. And the boundary just quietens them up a little, the Ireland Cricket Smashers. There was a lot of noise on the ground, and that boundary allows the batting side to be on the front foot once again. But it is just 111 more required from 106 deliveries. And you've got to say, the batting side cannot afford to throw this one away. But the Ireland Cricket Smashers are trying their best here. And this time a thick outside edge and it's gone just over the fielder at short third. How unfortunate is that for the bowler? And back-to-back boundaries here for Sarthak Chauhan. Well, it's come off an outside edge, but it won't matter to him. He will take those. And once again, back-to-back boundaries releasing some pressure for the batting side. And once again played in the air, and this time it's dropped. That should have been taken, and it's gone away to the boundary too, adding insult to injury. That's three back-to-back boundaries now for Sarthak Chauhan. Well, the previous one was over him, and this time it was a big chance. And the score is moving along nicely now for the batting side, Crescent Warrior Club. Well, that is what happens when you miss your chances. They will have to start ruining them now. Another boundary. That's four back boundaries here for Sarthak Chauhan, who was struggling in the previous over, and all of a sudden he is a different man out here. What a huge over this is turning out to be, 17 of it already, and Shlok proving to be very expensive. The wicketkeeper wanting to have a word with him. Well, there's not much that he's done wrong there, to be fair. He should have got his man. And they need less than 100 now, just the 99 more required from 103 deliveries. And just the kind of the start that they wanted, and they have got it now after those couple of tight overs. This time down the leg side, and it's been given as a wide by the umpire. And he will have to reload. A very expensive over this one. And this time he's picked this one up in the air. And will that clear everybody? Yes, it will. That's gone all the way for a maximum. So after hitting those fours, he hits a six. A huge over coming to an end. At the end of the third now, it is 28 for 1. And this time a boundary off the bat of Raghavan. Saksham the bowler on this occasion. Well, all of a sudden, a catch drop shifts all the momentum. And at the moment, they are struggling now after that huge over. This time, a thick inside edge. Once again, an appeal for a leg before wicket, but the umpire is not interested at all and turning down another appeal. This partnership worth 30 now, 30 of just 13. This time punches it on the offside. So keeping the scoreboard ticking at the moment, 7 of the over already. And Saksham, who bowled that maiden over in the very first, conceding some runs. And once again, he's placed that one in the gap. Sarthak Chauhan, he is moving along extremely well and wanting to get these runs down as quickly as possible for himself and his side. Once again, a very expensive over, 11 of it already. And he ends it with a dot. Well, not quite so. They get across for a single. Just a look in the eye with each other and they get across. Once again, another expensive over. 12 of that one. At the end of the fourth now, it is 40 for 1 for the Crescent Warrior Club. So Vihan Chandan continuing here, and he starts off by bowling a wide. Time for some spin at the moment. It's a loosener outside the off stump, and Sarthak Chauhan, who is seeing the cricket ball like a football at the moment, is not going to miss out on that one. Once again, off the middle of the bat, and another boundary. He's raced on to 32 of just 13, and he's really enjoying himself out there now. तो 400 बनाना पड़ेगा फिर थोड़ा मौका रहेगा ला बोलता ही है वो। हाँ बोलता ही है वो। और सीधा खड़े होके मारता है वो। कौन सा वाला? अच्छा हाँ हाँ। अरे जान दे, कितने का बॉल है? 150 का, 200 का? नहीं जाता है वो, एकदम माइक पे बोलना पड़ता है तब जाता है, नहीं तो एकदम थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐसा बराबर सुने, क्लियर नहीं आता। एक ही मारा है। दो तीन मारा तो बोलने के लिए हाँ। इसके लिए नहीं बोल रहा था, मेरे को मालूम था मैं बोलूंगा। किसमें खेला वो उसमें? सैयद मुश्ताक अली ट्रॉफी उसमें अभी चालू है ना, पर दो मैच हुआ होगा शायद। उसने 200 बनाया, उसके बाद निकाल दिया उसको। वो 200 बांग्लादेश के साथ मारा था ना। करेक्ट। फ्यूचर नहीं, पर ऐसे ही चलता रहेगा थोड़ा बहुत। क्या यार, फटाफट मार रहे थे, खत्म कर रहे थे। 35 चाहिए और। 85 for 3, and a couple of wickets in the last couple of overs brings Himanshu Maggu into bat here at number 5. Straight away just nudges it on the leg side, takes the single and keeps the strike. At the end of the 7th now, it is 86 for 3. So it is going to be Pratham Sutharia to continue in this 8th over. Well, at the moment, just a mere formality left out. 34 more required with 7 wickets in hand. And a couple of wickets in the previous 2 overs. The Island Cricket Smashers will feel that if they get at least 2 or 3 more from here on, can try and get back into this one. The ball is keeping low and it's played superbly. Well, surprisingly, there is no mid-off and there is no long off. So there's a huge gap between the bowler himself and the fielder at deep extra cover. A deep extra cover which you might want to say is a wide-ish long off. It's a huge gap out there and an opportunity for the batters to really smash the ball through that region. And now they have made another change. It's the short third fielder who has come across and gone to mid-off. And now there's a huge gap between the wicket-keeper and the short third fielder. A short third fielder who is very wide, more like a gully fielder. This time a couple of bounces. And the umpire calls that one a no ball. Straight away he looked at his partner, the leg umpire, and he signaled that as a no ball and a free hit coming up now for Sandeep. An opportunity to free his arms. And he's hit that one in that region itself. That will race away to the boundary. Well, the field placements hasn't been quite right here. And another boundary. Just pulling down those runs. Just the 28 more required from here on. How good is this by the Crescent Warrior Club? Every single batter coming in and just smashing the ball around. Once again, he couldn't quite pick that one up on the leg side. And it's gone away for a single. Nicely fielded there by the fielder at mid-wicket inside the circle on the leg side. So it brings Himanshu Maggu on strike, who has faced just the 2 deliveries and taken 2 singles. And even he would be wanting to search for that boundary. He's picked this one up. Will that clear the fielder? Yes, it does. So another maximum. And they really have set their mind on finishing this off as quickly as possible. Just picked up over the fielder at long gone. That could have carried to him, but just over him. And he did just enough there, Himanshu Maggu. And Pratham Sutharia will not be happy at all as he searches for a wicket to his name. Once again, a flighted delivery and a huge gap out there, and that will go away to the boundary too. He's picking the gaps perfectly, although they are very big at the moment. And that boundary also brings the 100 up, 103 for 3. Still one more to come in this 8th over, just the 17 more required. This time nudging it on the leg side, takes the single and keeps the strike once again. And at the end of the 8th over, now it is 104 for 3. Just the 16 more required in the last 12 overs. So Saksham Agarwal continuing, who started off with a maiden wicket and gets another one. That's his second wicket, and they are 4 down now. The Crescent Warrior Club in search to try and finish this game off as quickly as possible. Himanshu Maggu, who hit that 6 and a 4 in the previous over, has to depart now. A well made 13 for him. And it is 104 for 4 now after 8.1. So Mayur comes in here at number 6. Surprisingly, he's not wearing a helmet to the fast bowler. And he takes the single of the very first delivery. And gives the strike to Sandeep, who is on 6 at the moment of just 5 deliveries. Well, just the 15 more required. And they need Saksham Agarwal to take a hat-trick to give themselves any chance from here on in this game. The Island Cricket Smashers. Nicely played towards the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Doing it in singles at the moment. Well, Himanshu Maggu was enjoying himself out there. He wanted to get it done quickly. Once again, he played a shot in the air and he couldn't quite clear the fielder inside the circle. Otherwise, that was going away to the boundary too. Well, nonetheless, Mayur would be wanting to finish it off quickly too, and an awkward bounce. Well, nicely done there by the fielder there in the deep, and they come back for the second. So can Saksham Agarwal do something extraordinary? Well, he almost did that, but the fielder at mid-off has just pushed that one over the bar, and out it goes for another boundary. Well, that should have been out, but instead it's a boundary, adding insult to injury. This is the second time it has happened in this innings. First it was Sarthak Chauhan, and now Mayur. Well, it could have been a different story had they taken those catches, and now they need just 8 more to win from here on. And Mayur in on the act with another boundary. Well, that is the quality that he possesses. And coming in here, just striking it. This time a thick inside edge. And it's a dot delivery to end the over at the end of the ninth. Now it is 112 for 4. Just the 8 more required from the remaining 11 overs. Vihan Chandan continuing, and he continues by giving away a boundary, is it? Yes, it is. Beaten the fielder there in the deep, and now just a hit away, the Crescent Warrior Club. And this time charging down the track. He's played that one in the gap. Will it beat the fielder? Not quite so. Just a single. So now just three more required. And it will be Mayur on strike. So continuing to come around the wicket behind Chandan, and an excellent front foot defense. That one by Mayur. Well, he's waiting for a delivery which he can really dispatch it out of the park. Maybe he just wants to finish it off in style. This time trying to nudge that one on the leg side, but another dot delivery for Vihan Chandan. This time just past the outside edge. So three consecutive dot deliveries. Just the one more delivery left before we change sides. And Mayur would be wanting to finish this off in this over. And the game continues to be competitive. Just a single of the last delivery at the end of the 10th over. Now it is 118 for 4, with just two more required of the last 10 overs. So played in the air this time, and he finds the fielder once again. So just the one more run required now. And we did not change the sides. The umpires think that they have had enough and want to finish this off as quickly as possible. Raj Gupta into his first over. It was a total freebie up against Mayur, when Mayur has missed out on that one. An opportunity here for Sandeep to finish this off in style. Or will Raj Gupta get one to his name? He hit this one down the ground. It's gone to the fielder at long on. They get across for a single, and an excellent victory for the Crescent Warriors Club. They have won this game by 6 wickets. A total dominant performance by them. The Island Cricket Smashers, well, they never were in control when they came out to bat, were bowled out for 119 in the last over. And in response, well, they had a struggle in the first 2 overs. They were 4 for 1 on the back foot. But in came Sarthak Chauhan, and the rest just followed up with him. And they got these runs down ever so quickly in just 10.2 overs. And they win this game by 6 wickets and 58 balls to spare. Well, that was it from the Khalsa Cricket Ground today, and we will be back tomorrow. We have 4 games for you tomorrow, as it is a weekend. And until then, goodbye.